Okay, hey everybody, welcome to my channel. As you can tell from the video, I'm going to be talking about suicide today, so I guess if you're triggered by that, or, whatever, then don't watch. But, what I didn't put in the title is that I'm actually going to be talking about, Chester Bennington. If you don't know who that is the lead singer of Linkin Park. If you don't know who that is, if you care to know who they are, you can look them up just here on YouTube. I personally really like them and their music, and their songs helped me out quite a bit when I was going through my harder times. Please excuse my dog, she's just whining because I'm in here and she can't come in, so if that's bothering you, I apologize, but try and tune her out. But anyways, I really like Linkin Park. A lot of their songs really resonated with me, and I really liked them, and I always thought that all the guys seemed really cool, and Chester seemed really cool, and like a down-to-earth, good dude. Well, he, as I'm sure most people have heard, committed suicide yesterday. Today's Friday, the 20th, I believe, and he committed suicide yesterday, which was Thursday. I was on Facebook, and one of my friends shared the article when I was really surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been, because I know he struggled with depression and everything for a long time. But what got me was I seen multiple people posting about it, news outlets and everything that I follow on Facebook, and I kept looking on the comment section of them, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised since I deal with mental illness and depression and anxiety and everything. I know the stigma that goes along with that, so I shouldn't have been surprised by rude people, commenting and saying things like how selfish he was, and they couldn't respect him or have any sympathy or empathy for him because he took the easy way out, and stuff that if you suffer from depression or mental illness, you've probably heard all this before, But I was just blown away by the amount of people commenting stuff like that. And I really, really shouldn't have been surprised, but I was. And so I just wanted to make a video talking about it because I personally don't think that suicide is selfish or the easy way out. Now, I know he had 6 kids and everything, and I know it's a little harder to understand when you leave behind children like that. But it's really hard to explain to people who've never suffered with depression or mental illness. They just can't understand, and I understand that they can't understand that. It's a hard thing to understand. It's a hard thing to explain and to talk about. But, it's not selfish, and it's not the easy way out. And if you see me looking over here, I have a few notes right there for key points I want to talk about, so I'm not rambling in the video. But when you're contemplating suicide, when you're in the moment, you're just thinking, speaking from personal experience and people I've talked to, you're just wanting the pain to end. And it's, for lack of a better word, it can be very impulsive, because you're not in your right state of mind when you do it. And most people who commit suicide think that their family and their friends are better, and the world is better off without them, even though that's not the case. But that's what you're thinking in that moment in time, and you're not in your right state of mind. You're not thinking, oh, well, I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to end my pain and I'm going to pass it on to everybody else, all of my friends and family. That's not what goes through your head. You're thinking that they're going to be better off without you, and that their life will be easier or whatever. Like, you're not in your right mind when you do that. And it's not fair to call them selfish and everything. And I've had people that I cared about commit suicide. My great grandpa when I was 5, and then when I was 13 or 14, I had a close friend who killed himself, and it was really bad because he was like 12 or 13, and that was a tough one. But mental illness is so hard to deal with, and it's so hard to fight. This isn't about me, but I personally have suffered from really bad depression since I was 14, and I'm going to be 26 in October. So that's 12 years almost. And it's hard to get up every day and fight. It's hard to get through it. I mean, yes, the hard times, the dark times make you realize and cherish the good times and the light in the world. And I'm so glad that I never actually did in my life, because it got better. It gets better, which I can do a video on that some other time. That's not what this is about. But it gets so hard living in your own head and dealing with these issues day after day after day after day. And it sounds like there was a lot going on for him. It was his friend's birthday, who had another musician who had hung himself a few months ago. It was his birthday, and he had a really hard time with that, and he already has demons of his own, and he might have just been in a lot of pain and didn't know how to deal with it and thought that would be better. He probably wasn't in his right mind. Most people aren't, That's why comments like that, people who say things like that really, really make me mad, because that's not fair. Like, if you've never dealt with mental illness and depression and everything, it's not fair for you to sit back and judge someone else who has, when you've not walked in their shoes and you've not been through what they've been through. It's not fair to call them selfish and say they took the easy way out, and how you have no empathy for them, because you should, because it's a battle every day to stay alive when you're dealing with issues like that. And people who don't go through that don't get that. They don't understand, and it's almost impossible to make people understand if they've never dealt with it. But I just don't think it's fair or right for people to say those things when they don't understand. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how hard life is when you have a mental illness. And you shouldn't judge people. I'm not saying that suicide is an answer. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. It's not the answer. But you shouldn't say things like that, about people you don't even know, and you don't even know their struggle or their journey or what they were feeling when they did it. My heart breaks for his kids and his friends and his family, and it's sad, and suicide is not the answer. But if you're feeling depressed, and if you're having those thoughts, you need to talk to somebody. You need to get help, and you need to let that stuff out. There's no shame in talking about depression and mental illness and struggling. Doesn't mean you're weak. It takes a lot of strength to admit you need help, It takes a lot of strength to open up and talk about these issues because of how people in the world react, to it and the stigma around mental illness. So I just wanted to make a quick video talking about that and why I don't think that suicide is, selfish or the easy way out. It's not the answer. And if you're feeling that way, talk to somebody, anybody. There's always somebody who will listen and somebody who will help. Even if you think that there's not, there is. And there's, no shame in that. And people will be there for you. I mean, if you see this and you want to talk, I'll be there for you and help in any way I can. Because I know how hard it is. Please know you're not alone, and that you are loved, and that, screw what the world or anyone around you says or thinks. It's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to talk about how you're feeling. And it's okay to have those feelings, but you need to talk about it so that you don't do something that you would later, regret, or that would destroy people around you, So I just wanted to give my thoughts on that, and also say that if you're suffering, you're not alone, and to get help. So, again, if you need to talk and you're comfortable with it, you can reach out to me, and I'll help in any way I can. And I know I've not uploaded a video in a while, but I will be uploading much more frequently. So if you like this, let me know, and, subscribe if you want to, and everything, all that YouTube stuff. And I guess I will see whoever decides to come back on the next video. Till then, stay strong, keep fighting, and know that you're loved, and know that it's okay to ask for help if you need it, and you're not weak. So just remember that always, please. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.